Dude, I am pissed off. I just recorded this entire video only to find out that this damn mic wasn't connected properly. I don't know what happened. It just malfunctioned, but I don't give a shit anymore. Let's just get into this absolute GOAT card once again. So let's start off with the prelim opener of Machado versus Gabriel Benitez. Yeah, man, I think Gabriel Benitez is going to get this done. He's the more experienced guy at 35 years of age. It's a little bit risky as well because he has hit that wall. However, Machado is just 24. I think he's far from his prime. He's a composed fighter. He can be pretty technical. He can be aggressive as well. He throws a lot of spinning attacks. But I think Benitez is just gonna get this done at the end, just straight through experience and through toughness. I know he looked shit in his last fight as well, but that was against Miller. But that was after a long layoff, man. So you can't really take that into consideration. I think he'll come back better this time. He'll be in better form and he's going to get the job done. Moving up the card, we have Ivana Petrovic versus Na Liang. Yeah, man, I think Ivana is going to get this one done. I think she's going to get a TKO in round 3. I think she's a more well-rounded opponent, like in every aspect. She's just better. Liang has been on a 3-fight losing streak recently. She's strong and can wrestle a bit, but she's just going to fade over time, man. And she's not at all durable. I'm going to go with Ivana. Yeah, she's going to get this one done by round 3 ground and pound KO. Moving up the card, we have James Llontop versus Chris Padilla. Yeah, so I think James is going to get this one done by round 2 TKO, I think, by ground and pound, just purely based on the fact that Padilla just took this fight on very short notice. It's his UFC debut. I don't think he's going to be ready at all. He's going to gas out very quickly. And yeah, James does have some hard punches. He's good at avoiding dangers. He has some pretty sneaky elbows in the clinch as well. And yeah, Padilla is going to clinch up quite a bit. Padilla does throw knees of his own in the clinch as well. But yeah, overall, I just think James is just going to get this one done, man. Moving up the card, we have Ketlen Souza versus Marnic Mann. Neither of these two girls have won in the UFC so far. However, Ketlen Souza is the more butch-looking chick, let's just say. So yeah, she's gonna get this done. Moving up the card. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but yeah, man, I think Ketlen is gonna completely dominate this fight, 30-27. Like, yeah, she's got good striking. She's got good grappling as well. Marnic Mann just can't do anything on the ground. She doesn't have good takedown defense either. However, I do think that Souza is gonna find some difficulty in the takedowns because Mann is a short, stocky type opponent, and I don't think she's gonna be able to take her down as easily as the usual opponents. But I do think she's going to take her down eventually and just completely dominate this fight, 30-27. Yeah, it's going to be a decision. Moving up the card, we have Don'Tale Mayes versus Caio Machado. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Caio by 29-28 decision, another decision. But yeah, man, Don is just a shit striker, man. He just looks like one of those fat heavyweights who's just slow. He does throw some good shots in the pocket and in the clinch, however, but I don't think he likes moving much. But yeah, he does swing his arms like a fat guy in a chair. But yeah, Caio is more well-rounded. He has better takedown defense. He's good at getting up from takedowns as well, and he's a very good counter puncher. So he's gonna back up, and I think he's gonna counter Don'Tale quite a bit and get this one done by decision. Moving up the card, we have Austen Hubbard versus Michal Figlak. So Austen Hubbard, if you didn't know, is the Ultimate Fighter finalist, and he did end up coming short in that fight. But yeah, man, both these guys are fast, aggressive starters. Round 1 is going to be a pretty fun round to watch, so watch out for that. Yeah, so Michal's a pretty good striker. He's got good grappling too. He uses his grappling mostly for takedown defense. But he does manage to control the middle of the cage pretty well by pressuring his opponent back up against the cage. But yeah, I mean, I think this would be a pretty easy decision for me to go with Michal on this one. But due to the layoff, I don't know, it's a little iffy. But I'm going to go with Michal anyways. You know, I'm going to go with him by 30-27 decision. Moving up the card, we have Rani Yahya versus Victor Henry. Yeah, man, Victor is just going to get this one done by round 2 KO, I think. Rani is just slow. His age just showed in his last fight. He looked extremely slow and old. You know, and Victor is not the kind of guy that you can be like that against. He has very fast, sort of aggressive. He's a very pressure-based striker, which is very fun to watch. And Rani is going to be trying to shoot for the takedowns constantly, but Victor does have very good takedown defense. But he is coming off that brutal nut injury, you know what I mean? The one against Nasrat Haqparast, I believe. But yeah, I do think Victor is going to be better everywhere in this fight. I think this is one of the easiest fights that you can pick on this card. Yeah, man, I think Rani should just retire. He's going to retire after this fight, and it's, yeah. If not that, Dana's just going to kick him out the UFC. It is what it is. Moving up the card, we have Tim Means versus Uros Medic. Yeah, so Tim is a pretty tricky striker. He's coming off that KO win against Andre Fialho, which was a damn, I keep messing up his name. But yeah, that was a pretty good win on his resume. But yeah, man, I think Uros comes out fast. He'll be dangerous in that first round, and he has a 100% finish rate as well. But yeah, I do think Tim Means does outstrike him at the end. That age is a bit scary though. He's 40 years of age. But I do think he'll still be able to pull it through somehow. Yeah, I'm going to go with Tim Means by 29-28 decision. Moving up the card, we have Jonathan Pearce versus David Onama. Yeah, so Pearce had a very embarrassing last fight. He was telling his opponent, like, get up and do something, yeah. And just shitting on him. And immediately his opponent just got up and lashed in the guillotine. Yeah, that was an instant karma, like crazy moment. But yeah, he has good takedowns. He has good BJJ as well. 16 out of his 19 career fights have been by finish. Either he gets finished or like his opponents get finished, whatever. But it is by finish, so expect this one to be one of those as well. But man, Onama is a pure breed, man. It's gonna be hard to see his shots coming. It's gonna be hard to see those hooks coming from the side, his kicks coming. He's a pretty good kickboxer, man. He pressures with jabs. But yeah, he's a pure breed, you know, it's hard to see his shots, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he doesn't throw any crazy combos, and he can be taken down pretty easily. I think Pearce is just going to win by angry redneck, ground and pound TKO. Yeah, I think he's going to win that way in round 2. Moving up the card, we have Austen Lane versus Jhonata Diniz. So Diniz is a very good power striker. He has a 100% finish rate so far in the UFC. Not in the UFC, so sorry, in his career. I think he's 6-0 currently, and all of his wins have been by finish. He throws a lot of volume in his strikes as well. But Austen, former NFL guy, he does use his size to sort of like wrestle a bit and all of that. But he is coming off that recent Justin Tafa brutal KO. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Diniz, man. I think Diniz is gonna get this one done by round 1 knockout. Going to the next fight of the card, we have Karine Silva versus Ariane Lipski. So Ariane is currently on a 3-fight win streak. She has decent striking, she has decent grappling as well, as long as she's in the dominant positions. However, her opponent, Karine Silva, she's way too big and strong for her, man. But yeah, man, she's gonna take her to the ground and completely dominate. I think she's gonna get a round 2 submission in this fight. So yeah, Karine Silva, round 2 submission. And then moving up the card, we have Ryan Spann versus Bogdan Guskov. But yeah, Ryan Spann, he does have 12 stops, I think, by submission. And he has decent striking as well. And yeah, he is coming off that decision loss against Anthony Smith. Man, Anthony Smith's little bro, Guskov, he probably wasn't happy with that beatdown, you know what I mean? But so he's coming here to fulfill his prophecy. He has fast, heavy hands, and he's very good at pressuring people to the cage and getting takedowns from there. But yeah, if he doesn't get the win early, he is going to fade as the fight goes on. So, and I don't think he's going to be able to get that done. I'm going to go with Ryan Spann by round 2 KO. Moving up the card, we have Mateus Nicolau versus Alex Perez. But how is this the main event, bro? None of these people are coming off wins, and they are the main event of a fight night. Can you even wrap your head around that shit? Yeah, then Perez hasn't even won a fight in the last 3 or 4 years. You know, so forget the last fight. But, I mean, Perez is replacing Manel Cap. It was supposed to be Cap fighting Mateus Nicolau. And Matheus is coming off a loss against Brandon Royval, and you can't really blame him for that. Royval is a pretty good fighter, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So I think Matheus has good striking and good takedowns. I think he has more power in his hands as well than Perez. However, Perez is a good striker as well. He won his last fight by leg kicks. Like, he used a lot of leg kicks in that fight. But that shit was like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, so I don't even know if I can include that in one of his fights. He has very good takedown defense as well, have to include that. It showed how good his takedown defense was in his last fight against Muhammad Mokaev. Yeah, I do think Matheus is going to look pretty good in this fight. He's going to look quite calculated, he's going to be quite accurate, he's going to land a lot of shots, he's going to bloody up the face of Perez. I think Perez might get one of the earlier rounds, but I do think Matheus is going to win this fight by a 49-46 decision. Alright, that's it. I had to record this shit the second time, man. Complete headache, but it is what it is. I'll probably make a fight companion on this thing, so be sure to be there live on this channel. What a GOAT card, man. I can't wait after that bullshit event of UFC 300. We finally have some decency in the UFC again. So yeah, let's enjoy this card. Here's what it is. Be there for the fight companion. See ya.